Now, in all fairness, I am going to read you the statement that was made by Kenya Moore with regards to her hair salon. Because what you see in this image here is what is happening today. Okay. Now, this comes courtesy from the Bravo Shade Room, who I'm assuming Blanco Unlimited tagged the first bit of footage, and then Bingeworthy, shout out to Bingeworthy, um, got the last bit of footage that we're gonna look into. So basically, what you see here is Kenya Moore's hair salon stuff is on the streets. Okay. Equipment from Kenya Moore's hair spa is being removed from the rental property. So let's just go ahead and take a look and see what's happening. There you can see a little bit of, what's going on. Stuff is being moved out. Things are being moved around. And here's video from Bingeworthy. And is it giving eviction? It's hard to say. It looks like there is an official police personnel there, it seems. So something is definitely a go on. Something definitely a go on here. Okay. Now I want to go back to what's Kenya Moore has stated in the past. Okay. She says, I've stated before, my company is in an active lawsuit against my salon landlord for failing to pay nearly $80,000 in tenant improvement allowance owed to me. I invested over $300,000 of my own money to build out my salon in a commercial space from a white box. When the landlord failed to reimburse contractual expenses, I withheld rent in an effort to reach a fair settlement and subsequently filed a countersuit for the amount they failed to reimburse. Now, in the post that she made, she said, and that was from the post, excuse me. She had said at that time, join me live on YouTube this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern to chat. Submit your questions on my YouTube channel and subscribe to get notifications. She says, thank you, Team Twirl. You are the best fans on the planet. I will be updating you on new projects, relationship status, and encounter with Brit Eady. It's going to be juicy. Now, this was on February 27th. Today is April 24th. Okay. Now, what I also happened to spy on the gram was Brit Eady driving by the location, or what appears to be the location. There's Brit driving by, shaketh head, rolls on through. And the caption reads, never win when you play dirty. Now, I don't know much about algebra, but if 1 + 1 = 2, then this does indeed look like an eviction. So I would have to assume, and this would be definitely me making an assumption, that whatever happened in this litigation with Kenya Moore, it sounds like it did not work out in her favor. Here's the thing. I don't, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. It may have been better for Kenya to simply pay the $80,000 or to just take the L for now, right? And I know some people are going to disagree with that. I absolutely know some people are going to disagree with that sentiment. Some people are going to feel like, well, no, if she's owed that money, she needs to get it. However, what she has is a very interesting business model from my understanding. And from the wee bit that I understand about brick and mortar in the sense of having a location and whether you are renting out booths or you are, I don't know, whether it's open all the time or not open all the time. If you're going to have this type of business, and because I have worked, my very first client was a salon owner. Okay. So I understood the day to day and the week to week and the month to month of what she did to manage it. Okay. And that salon was open every day. Okay. So there is the responsibility of renting out booths, of managing a whole bunch of different people, and then keeping the doors open, right? And making it a success. One of the things that I think may have been easier for Kenya, and I don't want to ever squash anyone's hopes or dreams, because I do understand that sometimes there's something that you are supposed to be doing. And I honestly have also failed at several businesses with that, which I have told you guys about. I told you my horror story with getting 3 Airbnbs all at one time and literally almost having a mental meltdown because it was not the business model for me. I almost got into the car rental business because I like to have different things going on, right? I've I've started several other YouTube channels, which content is definitely for me, but not everything is for everybody. And as we see what's happened on the show right now with the Real Housewives of Atlanta with Pinky Cole, who is interestingly still franchising her slutty vegan business, right? But I guess that would make sense because you got to make that money. But also look at Kelly, right? I think Candy and Todd also ended up closing some locations as well. So, and we talk a lot about restaurants, but this would be another example of what I think you have to really put the time, energy, and effort into the spa in order for it to really, really grow and blossom the way that it probably should. And I think that Kenya Moore personally, this is just me personally, should have definitely spent more time working in the business, because at a certain point in time, you have to that you need to be there to grow that business, that type of business, in my opinion. Okay. And so I think that e-commerce would have still been the best approach for her, because it would have allowed her to not necessarily have to manage inventory, to work with stores if she needed to go do promo appearances at stores, to get her products on the TikTok shop, the shop on Instagram, Facebook ads, all of these different elements of ways that she can monetize those products and still maintain a life that is location independent. And when I think you have that spa, you have that location, you've got to spend the time. And as far as I know, and I don't know much about Kenya Moore and her business acumen or the team that's surrounding her, is that you also need a really great team in order for you to not necessarily have to be as in the business as I stated earlier. Because if you don't have a team, you have to be in the business in order for you to grow the business and then get out of the business and let the business run and manage itself. Because now you've built a team of people that can do so. A lot of people will say, well, it was never supposed to be open all the time. And I do understand that. But I'm talking about generating constant monthly recurring revenue. That's what I'm talking about. And if you're gonna this situation, I think we could all see it coming from a mile away. It was likely only going to result in one way. And I just wish that she had course corrected sooner. Or maybe this is a part of the plan. Maybe there's something here that I don't know or I don't see. But from my perspective, the better solution for Kenya Moore and Kenya Moore Hair Care, in my opinion, would have just been to simply stick with e-commerce and also managing those relationships with those retailers so that she could be as free as she wants to be, make her movies or travel, you know what I'm saying, and live just the luxury life, but also not have to be maintaining some location that you've now invested all of this money in. Because I guarantee you, if she had invested money in ads, and maybe she did, but I would assume that she would have also probably made 10 times more than 300, the 300,000 that she had to invest in that location. And furthermore, what I would love to see is the same type of, and I want you guys to notice this, and this is super important, is I would love to see the same level and the same intensity of product demo that we see with Cardi and her hair care brand. The same amount of marketing that you see being done with Sacred, right? For Beyonce, what I've realized what they did was they do a lot of like marketing in the way that I was suggesting, right? Like with ads and things like that. With Cardi, she does a lot of socials, a lot of like, I'm showing you my process behind what my hair looks like. And she's been showing us that for quite a while. That's what I need for Kenya Moore to be doing right now, today, starting now. So when she's using these YouTubes to talk about certain things, her people need to be washing her hair, showcasing how it's done. She needs to be in the hair, right? That's just my opinion. Okay. My opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Even though on this channel, yes, we will talk about the mess. How do we turn this mess into a message? And then how do we also fix the situation that is now happening? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's really about, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm sure you guys will have lots of opinions one way or the other, and I look forward to reading all of them.